Hi, my name is Steve Parr. I'm a Vancouver business lawyer, and today we're going to talk about share structure. So, setting up a share structure of a company is a fundamental step in establishing the ownership framework and the governance of your organization. A well-designed share structure ensures clarity in ownership rights, control, and financial arrangements. So in this video, we're going to guide you through the key steps to properly set up your company's share structure, providing a comprehensive understanding of the process and offering insights into best practices. So let's dive right in. So before setting up the share structure, you've got to have a clear understanding of the various types of shares available and their associated characteristics. The most common types include ordinary or common shares and preferred shares. Ordinary or common shares provide shareholders with basic ownership rights, such as voting rights and a share of the company profits. Preferred shares, on the other hand, often come with specific preferences over ordinary shares, such as priority to dividend payments or to liquidation rights, that is, participation upon the wind-up or sale of the company. Deciding on the ownership distribution is a crucial step in setting up your share structure. So consider factors such as the initial investments, contributions, and the desired balance of control among shareholders. Determine the percentage of ownership each shareholder will hold, taking into account the objectives and expectations of all of your stakeholders. It's important to strike a balance between the needs of individual shareholders and the overall interests of the company. So for example, if one shareholder holds a significant stake, it may be necessary to establish mechanisms inside of a shareholders' agreement to protect the other minority shareholders and ensure that there's fairness in all decision-making processes. So once your ownership distribution is determined, it's necessary to establish the rights and restrictions associated with each class of shares. These provisions should be clearly defined and documented in the company's articles of incorporation and shareholders' agreement. These key considerations include voting rights, dividend entitlements, that is, who gets paid profits out of the company and when, and liquidation preferences, that is, who gets paid when the company is sold or is wound up. And then finally, you need to think about restrictions on share transfers. These are typically contained within the articles and can also appear inside of a shareholders' agreement. Voting rights will determine the extent of an individual shareholder's influence on major decisions and appointments, such as director appointments, within the company. Dividend entitlements outline the rights of shareholders to receive a portion of the company's profits. Liquidation preferences establish the order in which shareholders are entitled to receive proceeds should the company be liquidated. Share transfer restrictions may include preemptive rights or approval processes for transferring shares. Preemptive rights means a right of an existing shareholder to receive a pro rata or equivalent amount of shares equivalent to what their current shareholdings are, so that they can retain what they already own and not be diluted. So if you plan to incentivize employees or key stakeholders with equity participation, it's worth considering the implementation of vesting schedules and stock option plans. Vesting schedules will ensure that the ownership of shares granted to individuals is subject to certain conditions, such as continued employment or hitting key milestones over a specific period of time. This approach will align the interests of the employees with the long-term objectives of the company. Stock option plans similarly grant individuals the right to purchase shares at a predetermined price within a specified time frame. Generally, they expire within 5 to 10 years. These plans are often used to attract and retain talent, align employee interests with company performance, and provide opportunities for employees to share in the company's growth. We can provide you with guidance tailored to your specific circumstances and ensure that you're fully compliant with all applicable regulations. Additionally, our firm can assist you in drafting the necessary legal documents, such as your articles of incorporation, shareholders agreements, and stock option plans. When establishing your share structure, it's essential that you comply with the legal and regulatory requirements, such as the British Columbia Business Corporations Act. This includes adhering to securities laws, fulfilling reporting obligations, and completing any necessary filings or registrations with government agencies. Maintaining accurate and up-to-date records of the company's share structure, also known as the Central Securities Register, is essential for transparency and efficient management. Keeping records of shareholder details, names, addresses, and the number of shares they hold by each shareholder is essential and is a requirement under the Act. Additionally, documenting any changes or transfer of ownership of shares is essential and is good governance. Accurate shareholder records facilitate effective communication, enable accurate reporting to the regulatory bodies, and support the company's decision-making processes. Properly maintaining these records with a law firm ensures that the company will remain in compliance with legal requirements and can provide existing shareholders with the necessary information they need concerning their ownership interests. As your company evolves, it is essential to periodically review and evaluate the share structure. Changes in ownership, financing requirements, or the strategy of the company may necessitate adjustments. Regularly consult with legal and financial professionals to ensure that your share structure continues to align with your company's goals and objectives. This proactive approach will help to maintain an optimal ownership framework and governance structure that supports the long-term success of your business. If you have any questions at all about your company's share structure, or if you are intending to set up a new company, please don't hesitate to reach out to us. You can reach us by contacting us in the information below.